Who's your comparison for yourself?
Yeah, I think UC Saros for sure, as of right now.
Nice. Mhm,
I think just the way he's always kind of battling for pucks and always competing. But someone I also watch is Jake Ottinger.
mhm.
Um, just the way his kind of movement around the crease and his calmness and kind of his ability to keep his team in games and kind of steal games for his team is the big thing.
Your dad asked me to ask you these two questions. So, one, do you know when he had his growth spurt? And do you know like when he stopped growing?
I think he was late as well, probably
Yeah.
like this next summer. I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
for him. Um, Stop growing. I don't know. I think still probably late 2019.
20? Wow. Wow. You are still growing then? Is that
Hmm.
what he was getting to? Yeah.
Yeah,
And how tall is he?
6'5".
Oh my gosh, holy
Yeah.
moly. Those were just the fun questions that he wanted me to ask me or ask you. So, and then another one, like, what is your favorite karaoke song to sing? And is there like a pregame song that you need to jam out to before games?
Karaoke song?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a little like Katy Perry or like maybe some country or something.
Yeah.
Pregame song. During playoffs, actually, we just started listening to "Cut It." It's a little rap song there. All the boys kind of jam out to that before the game.
That's a good one,
Yeah,
honestly. And when I was interviewing Matthew Schaefer, he brought you up and said that you were the best player he's ever played against. Um, and you guys played him against in the teddy bear game, the teddy bear
yeah,
toss game.
yeah,
Can you tell me a little bit about that game and what you saw in his game, or just that experience playing there?
yeah. I mean, firstly, I mean, Shaves, he's one of my best friends.
Hmm.
I mean, talking with him, kind of going through the draft process with him, it's pretty cool to have a close buddy kind of in the same kind of boat as you. And then kind of in that game, I mean, anytime you play a player like him, you got to be aware when he's on the ice. I mean, luckily for us, we kind of made sure we kind of circled his number and knew when he was on the ice and stuff. But it was a big game for us. I think it was just a good team kind of game and kind of came out on top.
I believe he said you had a shutout.
I
So
I did. I had a
yeah.
shutout there. It was a little kind of hard night to have a shutout with the teddy bears and stuff. They
Mm.
had to throw them at like 5 minutes left in the game or something.
Yeah, that is actually pretty tough because everybody had him out there. So I'll ask you the same question. Who's the best player that you've ever played against?
Yeah, I think it's gotta be Shafe.
Hmm.
Same answer from me. Like I said, you gotta be aware when he's on the ice. Just jumping up in the rush or kind of making a play, you don't know what's gonna happen. But just knowing him so well, playing with him, you know what he can do.
Yeah.
And you just know what if he makes a big play, you're like, "Oh, I I knew he was gonna do something like that."
Yeah. It was just coming.
Yeah.
So during your off season, he said that you and a bunch of guys skate on. Does your dad own a facility or something? Was he? He said something that you guys like skate and train together with a bunch of the
Yeah,
guys.
We
Hmm.
uh we just do like private skates with a bunch of kind of OHL guys kind of from around our area and we just have fun skating in the summer. Good kind of skill skate. And then sometimes we'll go out to eat after, grab a bite and then just kind of hang out the rest of the day.
Quentin Musty shoots on you,
Yeah.
and like that. So who's your most famous contact in your phone?
I think it'd probably be Marty Turco.
Hmm.
He's pretty
Yeah.
famous there. He's a good goalie, so probably I'd say probably him.
Would you rather be a GM or a coach for like say the Leafs or any other team?
I think a coach. I'd
Hmm.
rather be like more like hands-on like with the players and kind of just be around that environment.
Yeah, just down there. What
Yeah.
goalie coach you think, or like
No,
head
no, I
coach?
think I think I'd be a head coach.
Nice, nice. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And what is one of the weirdest pre-games you've ever heard of?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of on the more normal side, I would say. I mean, I
Hmm.
just kind of like to hang out and be kind of just a normal player. But
Ooh.
actually, one of the guys I played with Hockey Canada, Quinn Beauchene, he he had a weird one with it's called like moon water or something. Like he'd keep it out and like let the moon shine on it, and I don't know. He said his billet mom kind of told him to do it, and he scored or something the next game. So that's definitely the weirdest thing kind of I've heard.
You're the second person. My dogs are playing on my bed, so you're the second person that's actually brought him up in the moon water. What's your proudest moment been between the pipes so far?
Yeah, I mean, definitely got to be. I think the U17s for me was pretty cool, but I think just kind of Christmas, the World Juniors was definitely probably the coolest thing for me. Just being a younger guy and kind of putting on the Canada jersey in the tournament that I grew up kind of watching and kind of wanting to be in the tournament. So that's definitely the one for me.
How would you describe your goalie style? More technique, or sorry, more technical, calm, athletic, reaction based.
Yeah, I think I'm just pretty much, I would say I'm a calm kind of athletic goalie. I mean, I kind of like to use my skating to my advantage and kind of beat passes on my feet. I think if I can see it, I can stop it. But just making sure you're kind of square to the puck and kind of always staying calm. I mean, I think that's definitely one of the most important things to have in kind of anyone's game.
And are you competitive in anything other than hockey? Is there other sports that you play?
I mean, I used to play baseball
Hmm.
growing up. I mean, so that's pretty fun.
Were
But
you catcher?
now, I mean, no, I was a
No.
shortstop actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
that
cool.
was fun, and then just kind of golf. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm competitive, but I mean, I go out. I have a couple of buddies that are pretty good at golf, so just going out with them and trying to beat them.
If you could build your perfect goalie using skills like reflexes, positioning, puck handling, and mental toughness from different NHL goalies, whose traits would you pick?
Yeah, puck handling. I think it would be Shesterkin. He's pretty sick with the puck. He makes couple good passes. Um, I mean, skill set, I'd probably take Vasilevsky. I mean, you can't say too much about him, but he's unreal. I mean, calmness, I think it would be Hellebuck.
Hmm.
I
It's
mean,
really good.
you watch him,
Yeah.
he's always calm. What are the other ones?
Um, Reflexes, positioning, puck handling, and mental toughness.
Reflexes, I would think Jonathan Quick.
Okay, nice, nice.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
he's fun to watch. And then mental toughness. There's definitely a bunch that I like, but I would say Saros. I mean, he's kind
Hmm.
of his Nashville's not the greatest right now, but I mean, you watch him play and he's still battling for every puck.
Yeah. Yeah, those are some great goalies right there.
Mhm.
Hellebuck is having a heck of a season, so that was really
Oh
good too.
yeah,
He's leading in everything. So,
yeah,
um,
he's legit.
if you could or if you could pick another position to play other than goalie, what would it be?
I think like left wing. I think I'd be
Mm.
a goal scorer. Try to score some goals.
What would you take on the offensive side from being a goalie? Is there like something that you see?
Yeah, I mean, I think just being a goalie, it helps just seeing the ice.
Mhm.
So I think I'd be hoping I'd be a kind of smart player if I were to play. And again, just kind of knowing where to shoot and kind of just stuff like that.
Were you always a goalie, or when you
Uh,
started playing hockey?
I
What was
was.
it?
I mean, I started when I was 6. I played player for a little bit.
Mhm.
And then my dad went away for a work trip. And then the coach was like, "Hey, you want to play goalie?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then ever since then, I just stuck with it.
Would he have said no? You think? Be
Yeah, I
like,
think
yeah,
him and my mom both definitely didn't want me to be goalies when they were younger, just
yeah.
because my dad's been through it all. And my mom and dad were together since high school, so she
Mm.
knows how stressful it is. So she always says to have another goalie in the family is kind of hard for her, but I love it, and they love that I'm a goalie now.
It was in the blood. That's awesome. What's your favorite kind of save?
Yeah, I think a breakaway is definitely pretty cool.
Hmm.
I mean, I think it's just one on one and kind of you read the play, and you just make a nice, easy save.
Who's the most skilled player that you had to go one on one in a breakaway against, where it was like that guy has incredible hands?
Yeah, I think Gavin McKenna. Um,
McKenna. Okay.
yeah, I mean, he's pretty. I think
Yeah.
everyone knows that name and kind of
Yeah.
what he's done. So I think he's pretty sick.
Yeah, he's incredible. 5 points in or 26 points in like 5 games or something like that. Absurd,
Crazy.
absurd stuff. How do you think your game will translate to the NHL?
Yeah, I
Like,
think it would translate, pretty good.
mhm.
I mean, I'm competitive. I mean, I think some of my strongest traits are being calm and kind of collected, but also being athletic. So I think at the next level, you need to be calm, and kind of, you see all those goalies that are at the next level. I mean, they're all super calm. They all have good mental kind of game, but they can also all move and kind of just not be kind of robotic, and they can just be kind of an athlete.
How do you stay mentally engaged during a game?
For me, I think just going for skates and a whistle in the corner, um, getting just water. Sometimes when there's just good music, singing along to that, and just kind of having
Yeah.
fun.
Is there something that your teammates know about you that fans might not know?
I wear green socks and I go green running shoes for warm up and stuff.
Nice.
But I think all my teammates, if you ask like whose shoes are those, they'll know who it is. But I think that's the one thing that most people don't know about me.
What's the best game you've ever played?
That Erie game last year,
Hmm.
the teddy bear toss, I felt super dialed. I think that's probably my best game I've played.
Hate losing more than you love winning.
Yeah, I think for sure.
Hmm.
I mean, I think any kind of competitor or someone that an athlete or someone that does sports definitely gonna hate losing um a lot because winning's easy, and you can kind of make sure that you win if you do all the right things. But I think having kind of a strong mental game, um and you lose and just battling back and always wanting to win is definitely the big thing.
What's the biggest challenge you've had to face?
This year, I got into a little fight at the start of the season. And I just suspended for 4 games. I think that's the longest time. I don't think it was like 2.5 weeks of kind of no games. So that was pretty hard for me, kind of just staying in gear and not kind of losing my kind of game readiness, I would say, and
Mhm.
just kind of finding a way to do whatever I could to stay game ready in that time.
How do you define success as a goalie in the NHL or for yourself?
Yeah, I think winning is definitely the big thing. You look at kind of all the goalies who have success; they win games. I mean, Hellebuck this year, success. He's winning games. Um, I mean, you look at all the top guys. Vasilevsky when they won those 2 cups, uh,
Mhm.
he won those 1 game. So I think that's the big thing.
Who's the best player in your eyes under 23 in the NHL right now?
I mean, I've been watching a little bit, and I think Lane Hudson is
Mm,
pretty
that's a good
legit.
one. Yeah.
Um, the plays he can make with a puck there are pretty cool. But also kind of celebrating and Smith on the
Mm.
line together. Those two guys are pretty sick together.
Let's zoom out and say you win the Stanley Cup. What's your day with the cup look like?
Be back home here, maybe eat something kind of cool out of it, just hang out maybe in the pool. Pretty chill day, I would say. Just kind of have it around, have my family around. But make the best out of having that Stanley Cup with you.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now in your hockey journey?
Yeah, I mean, I think every kid kind of dreams of playing in the NHL.
Hmm.
But you never really know kind of what can happen in 5 years, and it's a long time. But I
Yeah.
mean, hopefully for me, I think it is playing in the NHL and kind of using these next 5 years to kind of get my game in tuned and kind of ready for that moment.
When it's all said and done, what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
Someone who's a great teammate, but also is a winner. I mean, you hear Marc-Andre Fleury, I mean, he's still playing. You hear around, like, through everyone that he's probably one of the best room guys, you can
Hmm.
have. I mean, Jonathan Quick, he's with New York still. You hear same thing, he's a really good room guy, but he was when he was, younger and kinda, I would say, in his prime, he's winning cups for his team, winning games. So I think just being a winner and being kind of a good teammate.
Are you vocal on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it's needed, I am.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're a pretty smart team, so when it's needed, I'll talk with our D. When TV timeouts, so I'll just go and kind of chat with the team and kind of see what's going on.
Do you play Fortnite, and where do you land in Fortnite?
I do not play Fortnite,
Mhm.
actually. I'm
Yeah.
probably one of the only guys.
Yep, you were probably the first guy that does not
Yeah,
do that.
I
Yeah.
actually I've maybe played it 3 or 4 times in my
Hmm.
life.
Yeah, that's impressive. Do you have a favorite movie? A hockey movie or guilty pleasure movie?
I think favorite hockey movie would be Miracle.
Hmm.
And just movie to watch, I mean, I think Step Brothers is just kind of the
Yeah.
go-to. You wanna have a good laugh at something, you throw that on, and it's just, I can't get enough out of it.
If you had an actor play you in a movie, who would it be?
I think it'd be, like, Adam Sandler. I think
Mm,
I like to have fun. I
Adam Sandler's
mean,
a good one.
he's got some I'd say he got some cool kinda style. I mean, I like to kinda be different and kinda have some fun with kinda outfits you wear and kinda be kinda unique.
Mhm. Is there something on your bucket list that you haven't done but want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing for me, would definitely be kinda travel to kinda Europe just for
Mhm.
kind of vacation. I mean, I've been there for a tournament, but I think Europe's pretty cool to kinda it's different than here for sure, but, just kinda see, the difference.
What's one moment in your career that you've rewatched the most or that you wish you could relive?
Yeah, I think the OHL draft and kinda the day I got
Mhm.
drafted, I think that was a pretty cool moment. I mean, getting drafted by my hometown with kinda all my family, at my house, I think that was definitely a cool moment for, me, but the family as well.
Can you describe your game in 3 words?
Yeah, I think it'd be calm, athletic, and competitive.
Thank you so much for joining Draft Pros today.
Yeah, no, thank you.